Let's get more on this now with Christopher Bruce, who's a political strategist and civil rights advocate. He joins us now from Washington, D.C. Really good to have you back with us, Christopher. Now, this incident comes just 2 months after the first assassination attempt on Donald Trump's life. But this time round, the shooter didn't get anywhere near Donald Trump as the shooter did in the first incident. What's your reaction to this latest attempted assassination?
Myself, the people of America are taken aback at this. For a former president of the United States to be to have two assassination attempts is not what this country is about. Now, to be clear, assassination attempts have happened on presidents, but for someone to purposely target uh, former President Donald Trump twice, this is a low point in our history. Our nation is known for the peaceful transfer of power, is known for exchanging ideas. It is not known for exchanging bullets. And at this point in time, Democrats, Republicans, and just the American people need to come together and say, enough is enough. Like Vice President Harris said, violence is not ever accepted in America.
Yes, and this incident does come just under 2 months before the November presidential election. So clearly quite a crucial time ahead of those polls. But what impact might this second assassination attempt have on campaigning before those elections, do you think?
Well, right now, everybody is scrambling to make sure that there's no other attempts on the former president's life, making sure our vice president and everyone else who does run this country on a day-to-day basis is okay. So, going forward as a political strategist, you always look at what happened in history. When it comes to campaigning, you look at these type of events and say, what can you do to really promote? Because the goal is to win. So you have to look at the previous assassination attempt. We saw that former President Donald Trump's polling numbers actually went up incrementally, but they went up a little bit. So now the media and the people are going to focus on this issue. We're not going to be focusing on policies like we should, the economy, inflation, the the differences between former President Trump's and Vice President Harris's policies when it comes to reproductive health. We're going to be focusing on violence. And that's not what we should be focusing on. We should be focusing on how to make the future of our country better.
We understand that in the wake of the July 13th assassination attempt on Donald Trump, his Secret Service detail was increased significantly. We know the service came under intense criticism after that first incident. We can only assume that his detail will be increased even further after this incident. But do you believe that the Secret Service has learnt its lesson from what happened in July?
Well, as we see, the Secret Service acted before the former President Donald Trump was even in danger. So I believe they have beefed up security to an adequate level. The issue that really comes into this is this shouldn't be happening in the first place. So what happened in July with the former president was a tragedy. It's something that shouldn't have happened in the first place, but that should have been stopped beforehand. Secret Service only gets as many briefings as possible when it comes to these type of things. There seems to be people who are actively engaged in trying to kill Donald Trump. That is a very troubling thought. We may differ in ideologies, but we need to stick forth to do this. So the Secret Service has already been praised for their fast acting actions and the capture of the individual who's suspected of making this attempt. So I believe the Secret Service is doing their job. Unfortunately, the answer is not more security. The answer is to make sure that this does not happen in the first place.
Okay, Christopher Bruce, we'll have to leave it there. But thank you so much again for joining us here on the program.